Hosting an opportunity meeting is one of the easiest ways to get people involved on your team. Whether it's potential customers, new customers, or even new ambassadors, hosting an opportunity meeting is a great way to engage with people and educate them about the products and about Plexus. I'm Molly Orr, Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and today we're going to learn how to host an opportunity meeting with a very unique format. About a month ago, my team here in Vegas had the amazing opportunity to have a private mentoring session with Victor Antonio, who is a motivational speaker and sales guru. And he gave us a few tips on how to run a meeting. And so I went home that night and changed our entire format. And now I'm going to share that format with you. I am so excited to teach this technique to our team because I really think it's what we need to get things moving, get more people engaged, and truly educated. So get a pen and paper. We're going to take a lot of notes. I'm actually going to go through my PowerPoint presentation with you and show you how to let your guest actually run the meeting for you while you simply facilitate. You sit back and you let them share. You let them do the selling without them even knowing it. And before you know it, everybody's going to be jumping on board. Since we started this new format, we have had a 100% sign-on rate. I am so excited to share this with you, so let's get going. One of my biggest goals for opportunity meetings is to educate people. So I feel like it's really important to start the meeting off by asking everybody in the room, what are your goals? What do you want to get from this meeting? How can we help you? And what would you like to learn tonight? So by starting the meeting, by asking those questions, you instantly get everybody in the room involved and connected to you. And what I do is I simply just write down those questions that they have. In my mind, I'm thinking through my presentation and thinking about which of those questions I know I'm going to answer, and then which ones I know that are going to need to be addressed separately. So just have a little notepad with you and write everything down. The goal of this new format is to get people to interact and to get to the people in the audience to actually lead the meeting for you. You're more of a facilitator. What they're going to end up doing is actually selling to each other without even realizing it. Because what they're going to do is they're going to endorse the product, they're going to endorse the company, and the people in the room that are brand new are going to listen to their peers. Okay? How many times have you had a friend tell you, oh, I got this, amazing new lipstick, or, I went to a great new restaurant, and you're like, where is it? What is it? And then you go order, or you go to that restaurant. So the meeting is going to be set up similar to that. You want people to tell their stories and allow the new people in the room to get excited and listen to their peers and want to be involved with it. So after I've asked, what their goals are and what they'd like to get from the meeting, we go on to who has tried Plexus, and I simply just have people raise their hand. And as we look around the room, we can kind of see then who the new people are. We can see who our ambassadors are, who our customers are. And then I just ask them, what has it done for you? Do I have any volunteers? And so what I ask people to do is just go around the room and briefly, 30 seconds for each person, that's it. These are not 5-minute testimonials. 30 seconds, tell us what Plexus has done for you. So someone like me, I could say, I had struggled with my weight for a long time, as well as my energy, migraines, hormone issues. Since I started Plexus, I have no more migraines. My hormones have leveled out to the point where I've gone off all my bioidentical hormones. I've lost weight. I no longer take naps, and I feel amazing. Done. Move on to the next person. So really try to enforce that 30-second rule. That way you can get in more testimonies. And what I find is by having more people talk in those quick little sound bites, it sticks in people's heads when you give them just a little piece of information to remember. And as you go around the room, chances are there's going to be a testimony that touches on each piece of the Plexus story. So different products, whether it's the BioCleanse, the Probiotic, the Slim, the X Factor. So really encourage your ambassadors and your customers to have that 30-second soundbite available. And then it's up to you if you want to maybe have one testimonial that's a little bit longer. Someone who has a really powerful story, who's really good at speaking, you may want to have them speak just a little bit longer. After the testimonials, What I used to do in my old format is go through each product myself and give them the description that as I understood it, on how the products worked, what they had done for me, what was in them. But when the new video came out at convention, this gorgeous video created by corporate that had very precise descriptions of each product, I thought to myself, why are we doing this? Why are we winging it? Why are we giving our version of what the product is when the company has given us these great sound bites? So what I do is after the testimonials, I'll say, you know, as you can see in this room, there's some very powerful testimonials about these products. So let's learn a little bit more about each of the products and what they can do for you. And at that time, I just put on the video. And that way, no matter who is running this meeting, if you're brand new or if you've been with the company for years, the people in your meeting are getting the exact same information every single time. And there's no worry about being compliant or whether you said the right thing or the wrong thing. Corporate's doing it for you. Let them. Make this easy. This is supposed to be, you know, opportunity meeting 101, but I promise you it works. It does not have to be too in-depth or too confusing, or, you know, a new ambassador doesn't need to feel like they have to study for days to run a meeting. Let corporate do it for you. They created these amazing videos, so let's use them. At the end of the video, then what I like to say is, what did you love about that video? And again, you're getting people to interact with you. They're raising their hand. I might just point at somebody. What did you love about that video? And now they're verbally affirming what they love about Plexus, even though they haven't tried it yet. So that, once it's in your head, kind of sticks there. And there's a much better chance of them ordering or signing on if you can just get them to verbalize what they are loving so far, what they love about the video, what they've heard so far that gets them excited or interested. Okay, the next piece I feel like is the most important piece of this meeting, and it's something we learned from Victor Antonio. He was our keynote speaker at convention. He is a motivational speaker and an expert in sales, and we were lucky enough here in Vegas to have him come and do a private session for our team. And in that session, this entire new format was born because he gave me so many ideas that I went home immediately and tore apart my opportunity meeting and created this new format. So one of the things he talked about was objection blocking. What he said is, once somebody verbalizes anything negative or positive, it's in their head and the chances are they're not going to change their mind. So the minute I say, does anybody have any questions? And someone says, how expensive is it? In their head, they've already told themselves, this is probably expensive, I probably can't afford it, this isn't for me. Okay, but if we can say to them before they've even had a chance to verbalize it, you know, here are some common questions that I hear often, and I just want to go through them with you. We're gonna block the objection before they even say it. So what we do is we go through some of the common questions, and you're welcome to edit this and add in some additional questions you might hear in your area. But we go through, is it expensive? Will it work for me? Is it FDA approved? And is it safe? Those are the 4 biggest questions that I get. So if I can block those objections before they're even verbalized, the chances are people will feel happy and content with the information they were given and be more likely to try the products. So we talk about, is it expensive? And I love to ask them, you know, who in the room has vices? Who goes to Starbucks? Who, you know, buys a certain snack every week at the grocery store? And inevitably, everybody's raising their hand. And I'll even have them kind of yell out a few of their vices to me. We'll go through, how many of you spend money on medication? You know, I talk about how I used to spend $150 a month on bioidentical hormones that I no longer need because my hormones have leveled off. How many have gym memberships and never go? Which is a huge waste of money. And how often do you throw out food? That was happening in our house all the time. All the healthy food was sitting at the bottom of the refrigerator and going bad, and we would end up throwing it out. Since Plexus, my sugar cravings are under control, therefore I'm craving healthier foods and I'm not wasting food as much. So we just kind of touch on that. And then we put up a little graphic that just says this or that. And you can, again, go through some vices and some samples of this. But basically, you know, would you rather drink Plexus Slim or spend $3 or $4 a day on Starbucks, which realistically, my Starbucks was almost $5 a day. So it's a lot more expensive. And then I will say to the people in the room who have been on Plexus, how have you saved money? And I just let them give some quick answers and talk through how they've saved money. So the next question that comes up is, will it work for me? I've tried everything. Nothing ever works. Will this work for me, or why is this any different? And you know, what I do is I go through my personal story of how nothing worked for me. And trust me, I tried every diet on this planet. I tried every medication. I tried natural supplements, you name it. Nothing was working. And so I just go through my personal story of how that has changed. I show my photo, so you could put your own personal photo in here. And then I talk about the 60-day money-back guarantee, because that's huge for people. And I say, you know, what if? What if it doesn't work for you? Well, you know, there's a chance that maybe there's something else coming into play. Maybe you haven't given it enough time. Maybe you're not drinking enough water. Maybe you're still eating bad foods, even though you're not craving them anymore. But let's say it doesn't work for you. We have a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you really have nothing to lose. And so once we've blocked that objection, you kind of see people's faces start to change, like, maybe I'll try this. You know, what do I have to lose? We touch on, is it FDA approved? And again, getting people involved. I say, who in here has ever taken a vitamin? Everybody raises their hand. Did you know vitamins are not approved by the FDA? And typically there's a handful of people in the room that are kind of shocked and taken aback. So we just quickly say, you know, the FDA does not approve or disapprove any type of food supplement, vitamins, etc. And then, is it safe? And, you know, we just talk about Plexus products are safe and the most natural way to lose weight, but always, always check with your physician if you have any medical issues or take medication or you're concerned at all. And that way, you know, they can get a backing from their physician. Okay, so we finished the objection blocking on the products. And now what I'm going to do is continue on with the objection blocking, but talking about the business opportunity. So after the questions have been answered, we'll go on to the next slide, and it just says, I love Plexus, now what? And I'll say to them, you know, I started the product, and within the first week, I knew that I felt better, and I absolutely love these products, and I wanted to get involved in the business opportunity, or at the very least, I wanted to order my products wholesale. So, you know, what does that mean? And so we'll put up the next slide that says, joining Plexus is expensive. And then I wait a second and I say, does anybody have any ideas? What do you think this is going to cost? And usually people will say $500, $1,000, because they've been involved in other network marketing companies before that were very expensive. So then the next piece of the slide that comes up says $34.95 per year. And again, you kind of see relief. People are like, that's not bad. So then we move on. And I said, but when I got started, one of the things that I kept thinking about was, I'm not a salesperson. And so we go on to talk about sharing Plexus. And I just say to them, have you ever told someone about your favorite restaurant? Okay, and we touched on this earlier in the video, but how many times have you done that? Oh my gosh, I had the most amazing dinner this weekend. You have to try this new restaurant. That's all Plexus is, just sharing something that you love and feel passionate about. You don't have to sell it. You just need to share it and get that information out for people. And so I'll say to them, how many of you think you can do that? That you can just share something great with your friends and family? And most of them will raise their hand. Then we'll say, I've tried network marketing. You know, basically, how is this any different? I've tried it before. I didn't make any money. And, you know, we'll talk about, you know, Plexus is different. It is in full momentum, which means we are growing. We are on track to be a billion-dollar company in 2015. But the most important part is we have the right products at the right time and at the right place. And so this is an amazing opportunity. And then I will say to them, but don't just believe me, listen to our company on how our compensation plan was created. And I will just basically say, I love this video because it really gives you an idea of the type of company you're going to be working for. Now, no, I say to them, the company you're going to be working for, I'm putting it in their head that they're already joining. They're already part of this team. Okay. So then what we do is we play the first compensation video with Alfred Pedersen. And I love this video because every single time I play it, at the end, people will say, oh, I have goosebumps. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. you don't have to go into detail about how we get paid yet. That will come later. What you want to do is get people so excited that they want more information. So you play that video, and then once again, you say to them, what did you love about this video? And again, people will start to raise their hand, or you can just point somebody out and say, what did you get from that video? What did you love about it? And they'll talk about maybe how the compensation plan, as Alfred said, was downloaded to him. A lot of people are very Christian and love that he talks about some, a higher being a part of this journey with us. So that video for me is a great way to almost wrap up the entire meeting, because it just leaves you feeling really excited about the company. And then I go on just to talk briefly about my journey with Plexus in regards to my business and how I've been able to grow it and the success that I've had. If you don't feel like you're where you want to be with your business, you can share other testimonies as well. You can share mine, you can share Stephanie's or Dee or somebody else on our team, and explain how it's possible to be successful with Plexus. And at that point, we say to them, I know you probably have a lot of questions. So at this time, I'm going to invite you to break into small groups with the person who invited you to this meeting. And what I want you to do is just chat a little bit and get your questions answered. I'm going to be walking around the room and checking in on each of you as well to see if there's any further questions that I can answer for you. I appreciate you coming, and I'm so excited about you joining Plexus and being part of this team. So again, I've just validated to them that they are joining us, that they're going to be part of us. By breaking into small groups, it makes them feel like, oh, this is my little tribe, this is my little team already. So what you're going to do is, if you invited 3 people, you're going to take 3 people over into a corner or a little section of the room, and you're just going to start talking to them about Plexus. What are your questions? And that's where you can go more in depth about products, about the compensation plan. Make sure that any ambassador in the room has brought with them their binder that we talk about setting up in the very beginning, that has all their documents, that has pricing, that has the compensation plan, everything at their fingertips, or even better, have it on an iPad or something where they can just swipe through the documents for that person in case they have questions. So this is such an easy format. You can run this meeting from day one. You just need to have the confidence to do it. You need to understand the background of each of these slides. Like I said, the objection blocking and saying things in a way that encourages people to be part of our team from the very beginning. And I have no doubt that you are going to see a 100% sign-on rate with this format. All you need to do is get people in the room. It's all about inviting and encouraging them to come. If you can get people to your meeting, I promise you, you're going to grow your team. I'm so proud of you that you've taken this step to grow your team and grow your business. I have no doubt that in a very short amount of time, you're going to be leading huge meetings in your area. This is all about building up your confidence and building up your knowledge base and sharing it with everyone you know. It's so easy to share Plexus because we have an amazing product. We work for an amazing company. And I'm so grateful to have you on my team and to have you step out into your own and create a leadership role for your entire team. Good luck. Make sure you check back in with me and let me know about all your success.